Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to record a quick Tariq guide for anyone who's struggling to get him going, especially throughout the early leagues like Contender, Adept, Early Champion. This is what I've been doing. That's been working out really well for me personally. I tend to top the damage meters in most of my dungeons. I don't know if everything I'm doing is the most optimal. I will say that, disclaimer. However, what I'm doing right now is working pretty well for me, and it seems to match up with what I'm hearing a lot of other people are doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with the gear that I'm currently running. As far as with gearing, pretty much item level is king. So just slam item level upgrades. Don't worry about secondaries too much. Don't worry about set bonuses too much. If you can get a good two-piece that you can hold for a little while, great. If not, don't worry about it too much. Now, as far as the weapon that I'm using, Fateful Basher is definitely the most OP weapon for Tariq right now. This thing gives you 200% cooldown reduction acceleration on your all your abilities for 6 seconds after you press it. So it's really good to pop with all of your CDs in mind, with all your CDs like at the start of a pull. And then you'll get your CDs back a lot faster, and you'll have a lot more uptime of everything throughout the entire dungeon. So this is a huge overall damage increase in both AoE and single target. Moving on to the talents, I'm running a pretty standard lightning build. You can find something just like this on Icy Veins that will have a chart in their guide that shows kind of a step-by-step of where you want to spend your points based off of how many talent points you have unlocked currently from your reward tree. So if you're still working through Contender, Adept, and so forth, and you haven't unlocked all your points, definitely go check that out. I'll put a link in the description for that so that you can see where you can spend your points most optimally with how many that you have. Tariq's filler rotation for beginners is really simple and straightforward to get going. It takes some time to kind of get over some of the clunkiness of the swing timer, but for the most part, it's pretty good once you get some more haste, in my opinion. So you open up with a heavy strike, and then you get 2 to 3 GCDs in between, depending on your attack speed. You're going to be filling those GCDs with wild strikes. So spam wild strikes. As you're spamming wild strikes, some of them will miss. You'll get procs of Facebreaker as a result. And so this is an off GCD ability you can weave in between your wild strikes like so. This is going to be your typical rotation for maximizing your Fury generation in your filler as you're waiting for your cooldowns to come up. And lastly, you want to make sure that you're not overcapping on rage. So if you see a full rage bar like this, you need to spend it right away, even if you got your cooldowns about to come up, because your cooldowns are going to be generating a lot of Fury. So anyways, that's this basic filler. Let's get into the main burst window now. Alright, so let's get into the rotation here. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So tanks gathering up the mobs at the start of the dungeon. First pull, I'm going to precast my Focus Wrath. I'm going to leap in with Heavy Strike, Weapon Skill, Thunder Call, Lightning. Then I'm going to spin. Then I'm going to Lightning. Going to spin again. Then we're going to Lightning. One last spin. We've used up our Focus Wrath, so I'm going to leap again to spin, and then we're going to have Lightning up here. I'm actually going to go ahead and pop a Heavy Strike there. We're going to spin one more time. We can actually spin again and get one more Lightning in right before Thunder Call ends. Alright, moving on to our single target. The only difference between single target and AoE is we're taking out Hammerstorm and putting in Skull Crusher as our main spender for our Fury. So that's typically going to be like 1 to 2 targets, Skull Crusher, 3+ targets, you're back to Hammerstorm, just as a general rule of thumb. And then lastly, we have our ultimate to consider. Now, the way we want to maximize the use of our ultimate and cooldowns in general is we're going to want to send Thunder Call first. Play through Thunder Call. Once Thunder Call ends, then we're going to pop our ultimate, and we're going to play that out for the duration using the same priority, Slam and Chain Lightning, spending, leaping, and stuff to get our focused Wrath, buffs up available. And then once Thunder Call is about to end, then we're going to have once our ultimate's about to end, then we're going to have Thunder Call available again. And so you'll have, in general, like a full minute of uptime on being able to cast your Chain Lightning and be in your burst window. So super strong in single target, and it's good to learn how to min-max this throughout a dungeon to increase your damage overall. All right, guys, that about wraps it up today for the guide. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Like and sub for some more Tariq and Fellowship content in the coming weeks. I will be posting more and more, hopefully here as time permits. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you later. Peace.